Hi, this is Emily again, and this is my second video of the day because I have some news about university. Um, some pretty disappointing news that I feel really sad about, and so I'm probably not going to be going back to school like I thought I was going to be going back to school this fall. So here's what happened. Here's my experience with the dietetics program. Um, I was so excited, so happy. I found my calling. I found what I want to be when I grow up, and I'm 31, and I feel like finally I found something, right? um, and the dietetics, nutrition, it's I believe in it and I'm passionate about it, and it's really the only thing that I'm truly interested in studying. And so I signed up and I got accepted. And so on Tuesday of this week, a couple days ago, I went in to the university for their startup day where they do kind of an orientation, and I went through all that, and then I got to the academic advising for the dietetics program and was handed a bunch of really bad news. Well, at least not really bad news, but some disappointing facts that I did not realize before showing up that day. So I came in thinking that since I already have an associate's degree that I acquired previously, I thought that I could just kind of be done with this within 2 years. I thought that I'd be going to school this fall for, a year, and then the following for a year. And then after that, so after 2 years of schooling, I thought then I'll have a year of an internship. And so that's a total of 3 years. And then I'd be a registered dietitian and could, get a job doing this thing that I love. Well, it turns out that the dietetics program will take me 4 years to get through. So that's 4 more years of tuition that I would be paying, and just the 2 more years of tuition is a lot of money. Let's get real here. Tuition's expensive, and it's really high right now, and it's only going to go up, right? And if I'm going to have tuition, 4 years of tuition, that's double the amount of tuition I thought I was going to be paying, because it'll be 4 years instead of 2. And then I'll have to do a year of the internship. So that would be 4 years of school plus a year of the internship. And that's 5 more years of not being able to have a job as a registered dietitian. And that's a long time to wait. I'll be 36 by then, and in 6 years I'm going to be 36. In 5 years I'm going to be 36 no matter what I do. And that's something the academic advisor brought up. But, oh man, it was a huge disappointment when I found that out. And not only would it be 5 more years before I could work as a registered dietitian, it also would mean the program is going to be much more intense than I thought it would be. They're really strict about your grades, and so there are a whole huge host of classes that you have to take, and you have to get a B or an A. If you get below a B, you have one more chance to retake that class, and you essentially would have to get an A in the class on the second time around because they're going to average the the classes. So say I took microbiology, and let's say I got a D, okay? It was just really hard and I got a D in this class. So say the next term I decided to retake the class. Well, let's say I didn't get an A. Let's say I got a C again. They're going to average the 2 C's that I got, and they're going to say, you didn't pass. You got a C, and you got a C average, and you have to get a B or above. That's pretty strict. You basically get kicked out of the program. You can't be a dietitian now. And there's a lot of classes that are like that with this program. So I think I would be a nervous wreck most of the time. And then all of the nutrition classes, I believe you have to get I think it's a B or higher. And like I said, you only get a second chance, and there's no third chances. And they don't just replace your grade. If you get a C and then the next time around you get a B, they don't just replace it with a B, they average it. So it just sounds really intense because of that, and it stresses me out just thinking about it. I am not the most disciplined person in the world, and while I do like science, I would love to take science classes, this is going to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, and it'll take me 5 years. So I figured maybe I should just become a doctor. If it's going to take this long anyway, maybe I should just tack another couple years on and become a doctor. So, but I'm not going to do that. So the end story, the bottom line is I'm not going to become a dietitian now. My heart is broken, but I'm not going to do it. It's just too much school, too much money, too much time, and way too much stress that I don't think I can handle at this point. I never was a really good student when it comes to mathematics and science. I like the subject of science, but not so much the math part. So I think the pressure of having to get B's and A's no matter what, even if it's a really hard class, I can't get a C. You know what I mean? I just think I've been on the honor roll in the past, but I don't know if I'm taking all really hard classes. I'm taking 4 extremely hard classes every term for the rest of this time. I don't know. I may end up getting a C in a class, and that basically screws you over, right? So yeah, I'm not going to become a registered dietitian because of this reason. And so what am I going to do? Well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've been looking into the other avenues of study at the university, and I have not picked out anything else, but I'm still continuing to look to see maybe, because I have kind of dropped everything to go do this. So I may end up going anyway, but studying something completely different. The problem is there's a few things I'm interested in, but when I look up the coursework, now that I know what to look for, so I can tell how long it'll take me, everything that I'm interested in, it'll take me 4 or 5 years instead of 2 years. So it's becoming an issue. So I have a lot of soul searching and trying to figure out what's my plan B, because I didn't really have one. So another thing I wanted to bring up, okay, I was not the only person who was very disappointed and frankly really upset once I found out the news that this is going to take an additional 4 years. There were actually all females students in the advising for the dietetics in the room with me that were all being advised all at once. We were all together in a room doing this together. And the woman sitting in front of me and the woman sitting directly next to me both were very upset because they found out this is going to take 4, 5, who knows how long. When they thought it was going to be 2 more years of schooling, it's going to be 4 years of school. And they were both upset, and they're both closer to my age. Well, one of them was closer to my age, and so, you know, it's upsetting. And so one of the women with me here in the classroom, she asked one of the advisors, well, what if I just, instead of becoming a registered dietitian, what if I did the nutrition instead and just got a degree in nutrition instead of the registered dietitian? And wow, the academic advisor had nothing but negative things to say on that path. I was really actually pretty surprised at how bleak she made the future sound for a nutritionist, because I know, and I think at least a few people watching this video know, that there are nutritionists in the plant-based world that are making a living, right? We know, we are aware of them, at least I am, and they are nutritionists who have degrees in nutrition. But she made it sound like, you know, you will never find a job, and not only will you never find a job, but you'll kind of be like disrespected because nobody knows what a nutritionist is. That's what she said. Nobody knows what a nutritionist is. There's no way to make any living doing this. Nutritionist, the nutritionist program is for people that want a degree in nutrition, but they're going to go on to